Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever Sims 3 building video thingy-majiggy, yeah. So I basically went into this whole video without knowing what I wanted to do. So for the first couple minutes you see me trying out all these different things like, okay, this doesn't work. My whole first plan of the whole entire thing sucked, so I basically erased it. So right now I'm just working on the exterior. I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, okay, that looks good. So at that point I determined that I decided that my house would be white themed. So here I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do, separating it off, getting a kind of a feel of what I want to do. So yeah, so this plan I decided to not stick with, because I thought it was going to work at first, and then I actually got into the part where I was doing the interior and I was like, this is not going to work at all. I first attended that little area off there to decide to actually be a study, but when I got done doing the kitchen I was like, where am I going to put the living room? And I was like, okay, there's no room for a study in this house, obviously. So by the time I finished this house, it ended up being 2 bedrooms and 1.5 bath. There was a full bath on the top floor and then a half bath on the bottom. So right now I am just getting the main down. I was like, I'm not gonna worry about how it looks, and then I decided, wait, yes I am. So I was like, okay, let me just keep going. I do not like these lights. Let me just keep changing them till I like them, and then I ended up actually just deleting them. Yes, just deleting them because I was like, these suck. So yeah, so I just continuing to go. That's me just continuing to go. So now I'm just changing the color to chairs. I actually do not remember what I did next. I think I did the wall, maybe? I feel like I did the wall next, but I might be wrong. Yes, I did the wall. Okay, so here I am making an accent wall. This is the first accent wall I've actually ever done. And I was like, okay, that looks kind of cool. So I kind of did like a little spider web thingy. And then I went to do the dining room table and realized that I could not do the dining room table with the space I had. So I decided to expand the house a little bit and make a little separate spot for the dining table, I guess. And that's where I'm just trying to get everything to match. And I guess I don't know why, but in most of my houses I put white interior. I don't know, I just feel like the white is more homing. So now I'm working on the accent wall, trying to figure out what I want to do, and I was like, okay, none of this works. Let me just delete this, delete that. Alright, just delete it all. I was like, okay, so what am I going to do here? So I ended up putting a calendar and just like the little home thing and then a clock. So I was like, okay. So now I am looking for, what was it? I was looking for something to put on the wall and make it more interesting. I was like, you know, I give up. So I just put like a little bookshelf right there. And I was like, oh, I didn't put like anything else besides the stove and the fridge. I was like, I need to put a sink and a trash can and all that other stuff. And I was like, oh, I need to actually decorate this because this looks really bland. So while I was looking for all kinds of things, like, where is everything at? I was getting a little frustrated. I didn't know where everything was, and that was like irritating me. I got irritated quite a bit while making this. So yeah, here's where I try to figure out what to do about the living room. And then I realized I didn't do the roof there. So it's just like, okay. So the living room, as you can see, would have never worked in that little area. So I just ended up deleting it and just making it kind of more open concept than it was. So now I'm trying to get the stairs to work. I'm like, why aren't you working? I'm like, oh wait, there's windows. So let me delete those windows and then put the stairs right there. And I was like, oh wait, bathroom area. So it worked out pretty good that the stairs fit there, because I was like, where am I going to put a bathroom beforehand? So this bathroom, I didn't think I made it a little too busy, but in the end, I kind of actually liked how busy it was. Because then you come out, so you go in there, it's like, oh, it's all busy. Then you come out, it's like all nice and non-busy, and everything's like the same color. And you're like, oh, okay. So the door had to match the interior, you know, kind of gray. So now I was like, oh, perfect place for the living room now. I was like, okay, that works. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, that works. So basically when I'm building, I try out so many things. I'm sorry about my clock, guys. Don't know if you can hear it or not. I'm pretty sure it's probably overpowering me right now. But that's telling you it's 4 o'clock. Yes, 4 o'clock. So I don't know if you guys actually want me to do more of these. I'll wait for my clock. So right here, I am trying to figure out what to do with the kitchen floor, and I was like, you know what, just make it all white tiles. And I was like, okay, let me make it a little bit wood. So yeah, and I didn't realize this about the half walls, that you can't like customize them, and I was like, what? So I'm just supposed to leave them gray? Perfect. So it's like, okay, let me just fix up the top to match the wall. So then the stairs, of course, didn't work because they were brown, and the only thing that's brown is really the floors. So now I'm working on the entryway, and this was just like my first time I've ever done the entryway. To be honest, I've never actually done it, so it's like, oh, nice change. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. I do watch speed builds on YouTube, and that's where I got this idea. Not the house idea. The house idea, like I said, I just went into. Yeah, so they do entryways, and I'm like, I've never done an entryway, so that's my version of an entryway. Yeah, I know, it was awesome, wasn't it? And I'm like trying to figure out how to put windows on this thing, because I don't know about you guys, but I love windows. I'm not sure I like them in a real house, but in the Sims house, I think it's fine. So I was trying to figure out, there's 3 people living in this house. I was like, okay, let me make 3 bedrooms. Nope, couldn't do that. So I'm going to put both the girls into 1 room. Yes, 1 room. So I'm just using codes to make it easier for me to design my house and actually make me be able to see out of the windows. So the master bedroom, and then there's the girls' room, and then there's the bathroom. So I guess we're gonna go work on the girls' room. Now, one's a teenager and one is a child, and the child is like this happy little girl, and then the teenager is just like all black and it's nothing to do with anyone. It's just like, okay. So I made her the dark girl's room according and really close to being dark, and then the very happy girl, she got a pink bed and all that. And then I made an accent wall that would fit both of them. I feel like it would, because it's kind of dark, kind of not. And I was like, let me put more lights in here. And then I put a picture to match each one of their personalities. And I was like, let me make a desk. So the desk itself is the girls, the happy girls, and then the chair is the goth girls. So a nice little balance. And now I'm moving on to the master bedroom. And my game got a little slow, so I had to fix that. So I made another accent wall. So this house is just full of accent walls, I guess. And then I just continued to keep going. Put a little lamp there because there was like nothing there, and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do about a rug in here? And I was like, okay, this should work. Yeah, that seems like it works. No. And then I couldn't figure out what to put for decoration in this room. I was like, it's too bland, it needs something. So I was like, okay, let's just do that and move on. So now moving on to the bathroom. I had to keep moving around because I couldn't decide what to put where and all that. So I was like, let me just keep moving things around. And I got something from, I downloaded something from off the Sims resource, and I put that in there. So that is custom content stuff right there, the vanity. But the rest is all Sims 3. Like everything else comes with like either expansion packs or that's about it. Yeah, so I put windows in. I know there's nothing there, there's no rooms there, but you know, I'm just that kind of person who likes to have the house nicely looking on the inside and the outside. And then I realized I forgot to do the outside, so it's like, okay, what to do? Right here I'm thinking, I'm like, what am I going to do? Or I probably went pee, I don't remember. So yeah, probably a little TMI right there, right? Anyway, so I was like, okay, so let me make like a little porch thing. So I did. Couldn't figure out which roof. I could never keep which roof goes which way. So I was like, okay. So yeah, whew, never done a voiceover before. So then I fenced it in. I was like, let me put white fences in. And of course then I got rid of the poles holding it up, because you know you can't actually do that. You could just get rid of it right away. And so when I first started to build houses, I would always forget about the exterior. I would just let it be plain on the outside. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a change. So a couple months after I started playing this game, I was like, okay, let's actually do outside looking stuff. Now I try to keep this house reasonable if you wanted to make it yourself or something, because I do not do things where you can download it. I won't say you can download this house in the description, because I don't feel like this house was all that great, but this was just a trial run of me doing home building. And like I said, if you guys, I don't know, actually I don't know if I said this, if you guys want me to do more, I can. I know that I said this channel was going to be like a mismatch of everything, so between like questions, video questions, vlogs, all kinds of stuff. So this is really, I will take any suggestions from you guys on what you want. So right now I'm just working on the backyard. I was like, what can I do in the backyard? Because I know these like could be like rich kids. So let's put some stuff in the backyard. And I was like, oh, pool. Rich kids have pools. So I put a pool in, and then I made like a little pathway from the patio area kind of thing. And then I fenced it in to make it more realistic, because you know they have laws in some places where you have to have it all fenced in, stuff like that. So that's basically what it did there. Then I added a mini fridge. So like, why not add a mini fridge? So we're coming up to the screenshots, so you guys can get a better look of without me moving 100% time right about now. So here's the outside of the house, and then there's the kitchen again, and then the living room, downstairs bathroom, the living room from the bathroom, the girls' room, the master bedroom, and the other bathroom upstairs, the outdoors, the pool. So there's the first floor, there's the second floor, and I hope you guys are watching. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.